Yo, do y'all see my hat? Y'all see my hat? I am with this. What if I told you that this Hunter x Hunter game has a even little potential to probably be just as big as Dragon Ball FighterZ in the next coming years for fighting games? Now, if you did not know, we are getting finally, a new Hunter x Hunter fighting game coming in the future. Yes, Bushiroad Games and Eighting announced Hunter x Hunter fighting game. Before we go any further, it's not Hunter x Hunter. I'm not dealing with this again like with Dragon Ball FighterZ, but people will say
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
That don't even make sense. Who puts S and Z? Publisher Bushiroad Games and developer Eighting have announced the production of a Hunter x Hunter full-scale fighting game. The announcement was made at Bushiroad's booth at Jump Festa 2024, which began today at Makurata, Messi, and Chiba, Japan. Recently last week, if you don't know what Jump Festa is, it's pretty much a big celebration of Shonen Jump where we get a lot of new reveals not only for anime, but for manga and video games within the Shonen realm. So, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I am super excited for this Hunter x Hunter fighting game. Y'all don't understand. When Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, it limitlessly came out to the possibility, and it's been a thing people have constantly been asking for, can we get a Dragon Ball FighterZ version of this? Primarily, you may have heard One Piece fighters, Naruto fighters, Bleach fighters. The big three, everybody want a big game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, let's be honest. The quality put in DBFZ was insane. But I've always wanted a fighting game out of three specific anime. One would always be Naruto. It's the one reason why I'm here in the first place. I cannot deny that. Naruto is my GOAT. I already got a Kill I Kill game, which I think is pretty amazing. Could have had better support. My Hero Academia was another one that I always want as well. I still want my Hero Academia fighters over everything else, to be honest with you. Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorite anime of all time. But the reason why I never put Hunter x Hunter in the conversation is because, you know, the manga has been indefinite. Togashi is going through sick and lively stuff. I hope he gets all the help he needs. Shout out to Togashi. He is one of my favorite mangaka. So I never really put Hunter x Hunter in the conversation because Hunter x Hunter is not ongoing. It's been sporadic when we do get new chapters, new information. But I will tell you, man, I wish Hunter x Hunter had way more games than we ever usually get. There was this one Hunter x Hunter game that came out on PSP years ago, and it was called Hunter x Hunter Wonder Adventure. Essentially, it was like this action adventure-like game. If you play a game similar to, like, I guess One Piece Unlimited World Red, that's the vibe it gave off when I tried it years ago. I could be completely wrong. All the other Hunter x Hunter references have came from the J-Stars or Jump line of video games, such as J-Stars and Jump Force. Jump Force is the game that's gone. That's like the only reason to play that game to me. Like the Hunter x Hunter characters and the Yu-Gi-Oh characters. But enough of the backstory. Let's talk about this Hunter x Hunter fighting game. Let's go deeper into the rabbit hole. What type of fighting game is it? It says a full-fledged fighting game. So for people worrying about if it's a mobile game, don't do that. It's not going to be mobile. Calm down. They said full-fledged fighting game. That's what they mean. Now, there's a lot of different questions about what type of game it should be. Personally, I don't think it's an arena fighter. If it is, that would be shocking. Now, let's talk about it. Eighting. What games do they usually make? Number one, Eighting doesn't make arena fighters. I had to say this on Twitter and explain the difference to people because a lot of people just did not know that there was a difference between arena fighters and 3D fighters. People were calling Tekken an arena fighter. Yeah, we lost. They made popular games such as Bloody Roar series, which I usually commentate that game. I love that game a lot on the commentary front, and Class of Ninja. And then if you don't know, Eighting has made 100%. Y'all probably gonna be like, what the hell? The team behind Marvel vs. Capcom. So these games can also get crazy and as stupid as hell as possible. And even if you want to go even further, I think DNF Duel is a pretty crazy dope game. Yes, I don't like the defense of the game, but I won't lie, that game was fun as hell when I played it. Eighting is pretty proficient when it comes to 3D fighters and 2D and 2.5D at this point because of DNF Duel. Now, here's the thing though. Personally, I don't care what it is. It's Hunter x Hunter. Even if, unfortunately, it's an arena fighter, I'll be happy because if it's a good one, I'll be satisfied. And two, I just want a Hunter x Hunter game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I willingly will pay $60 for Hunter x Hunter as a series because I love it so much than a lot of other these anime games. I ain't gonna roast none, but you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking. Now, people are scared for this Hunter x Hunter game, and I'm gonna tell you guys with a grain of salt. I do not expect Arc System Works level graphics when it comes to this Hunter x Hunter game, by the way. I'm letting y'all know this is not what it's by. I think the level of quality is going to be as good or even up to par as DNF Duel. Meaning the game may not be priced at a full $70, maybe $60, $50. The game will probably launch with 8 to 12 characters. Maybe 14 tops of anything. As long as the game has online lobbies, good rollback netcode, and a way to spectate and play with your friends, I actually don't even need like an Arxis lobby where you walk around and stuff like that. I don't need that. What I really want is just give me a menu to where I can invite my friends and we can just play the game together and spectate. That is all. That is very important for a fighting game in this day and age. But I will go in deeper detail why people are afraid. Shout out to Automation Media. It says in August, Bushiroad held a conference where they stated that they are planning to invest about 100 million yen, over 650k per console title for the ongoing fiscal year. Having in mind that the standard investment for a medium-scale console game in Japan is often over 10 billion yen, over 65 million, the announcement has caused dissatisfaction among users and concerns over the quality of future titles. So this leaves a lot of people to be very scared or very concerned that the game is going to get shafted in terms of its development cycle because they're not really spending a lot of money on developing a fighting game. What if I told you a lot of other fighting games barely had any budgets or anything like that? I think if anything, most of Arx's early fighting games, I could be completely wrong here, like before Guilty Gear Xrd, if anything, costed about up to 1 million, maybe 700k plus, something around that. I got something to contest that. Hear me out. Skullgirls is a very fun fighting game, a tag fighting game at that. I really love the game. I wish I just had more time to put into it. Well, if you didn't know, Skullgirls was crowdfunded with a very limited budget based on the community and people putting into the game. When this game was first getting crowdfunded, just to launch the game, they used up to 825k for a second mystery character DLC, etc., things of that nature. Meaning, you could make a successful fighting game with under $1 million. Skullgirls, albeit it's not the most popular fighting game in the world, it's not a Street Fighter 6 or a Tekken 8, but Skullgirls did it with under $1 million, it seems, based on this Indiegogo, if I'm reading this right. Most of the Guilty Gear games, including Strive, just started hitting 2 million sales overall. Guilty Gear used to hit at least somewhere between, early on 100k sales to like 450k. BB Tag was one of the first BlazBlue games that hit 500k copies sold worldwide. They weren't really cooking like that with those games. Even though they're great, amazing games, they're niche. They got to do more to build up to get people interested. And fighting games are already a hard genre to invest in. Stay tuned on this channel because January 6th, it will be going down for the Hunter x Hunter game. I'll be on the news ASAP. And I'm going to be real with you. If we do get a release date, it's most likely going to be 2024 with that type of budget. They ain't got to do too much to get that game out if they only spending that much within the year. They have more of a publisher and more rooms to do things than what Skullgirls could do because they have to do a lot more intricate steps. Personally, if I had to be honest with myself, I would rather the Hunter x Hunter game be 3D. I strongly feel like we need more 3D fighting games on the market. The only thing right now is Tekken. Virtual Fighter's trying to figure out if it wants to stay being Virtual Fighter or if it wants to try to make some bootleg heat mechanic for the next installment to get people to play it, to make it more interesting. Who knows? DOA is non-existent. That being said, it's your boy Avataryaya. You guys are golden. Subscribe. Follow for more content updates on fighting games, anime games, and RPGs. You already know. You guys are golden. And that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.